Welcome back to the World Men's Curling Championship here in Basel, Switzerland. One of its most prominent features is the River Rhine and also Münsterplatz. This is the Bahnhof, and we're here at St. Jakobshalle, where it's been a fantastic round robin, which will be concluded this evening. And we'll soon learn who will be the last teams competing for the medals. We've whittled them down through the first 16 draws, and this is the concluding session. Our featured game this evening will be Canada against the host nation Switzerland. My name is Logan Gray, and alongside me, two-time Olympian and American Anne Swisshelm, bringing you live commentary throughout this final game.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Sweden.
So here is the recently crowned World Women's Champion. Skip Binja Felcher, third player Irene Schori, second player Franziska Kaufmann, lead player Christine Urech, and of course the alternate Carol Howald. Switzerland have won the last 3 World Women's Championship. So let's meet the teams for tonight's lineup. Led by Scott Pfeiffer, team change for Canada as Ben Hebert goes to the bench. Second player Brent Lang. Third player Mark Kennedy. And the skip Kevin Cui. Coach John Dunn.
They'll be playing Team Switzerland. Lead Simone Gempler. Second Enrico Pfister. Third and vice skip Mark Pfister. And throwing the skip stones, Sven Michael, alternate Rafael Merki, and coached by Robert Hurliman.
And this is how they stack up after 16 rounds. Canada already qualified top on 9-1. Switzerland, Japan, and United States on 7-3. Norway already at 7 wins, and Sweden on 6, the reigning world and European champions, and everyone south of there out of contention for the playoffs, but still in there fighting for all-important Olympic qualification points on the road to Pyeongchang 2018. Elsewhere in St. Jakobshalle this evening, United States against Germany on sheet B, Finland against Japan on sheet C, and Denmark against Sweden on sheet D, and arguably the most interesting game in the context of qualification for the playoffs. Must-win game for the world champions to stay alive. And there was the world champions who have won twice in the last 3 years. Switzerland have won the last 3 World Women's Championships, and the last of them being in Swift Current in Saskatchewan. Kevin Cui there looking to win one back for Canada.
Yeah, he's looking to be like Binja Felcher, 2-time world champion.
Yeah, didn't manage to pick up a medal in 2014 in Beijing, but did pick up the gold in 2010 in Cortina d'Ampezzo in Italy.
And Canada well on their way with an extraordinary round-robin performance thus far, sitting atop the standings. Looking to finish that round-robin with a 10-1 record tonight. And by virtue of the last stone draw, Canada will have the hammer throwing the red stones tonight, while Switzerland throws the yellow stones.
Well, after a good start this afternoon, Switzerland looked like they might give Norway a run for their money, but wheels came off a little bit in the second half, and Norway ran out easy winners in the 10th end. So needing a big performance to finish on a high this week after what's been quite a disappointing week for Switzerland, Dan.
They had really high expectations coming into this championship, and they are a wonderful team and would like to leave this building, leave this ice with a win over the front-running Team Canada, which has a new look tonight with their alternate stepping in to play the entire game. Scott Pfeiffer, no stranger to World Championship play.
No, certainly not. He's played in 4 World Men's before, and he's won 3 of them, 2002, 2003, and 2005 with the Fairy 4, playing second stones. And here's Simon Gempler. Simon Gempler and Sven Michael have never managed to finish better than 7th at the World Championship. Surprising for a team of such quality and a team who have won the European Curling Championship before.
Making the double if you can. Yeah, nose it. Think I like the nose. Control. Intern. Control, outturn.
So here is Scott Pfeiffer, the 39-year-old who lives in Sherwood Park in Alberta.
He's been a great supportive addition to this very experienced 4 players on Team Canada. Nice energy, fits in really easy with their team dynamic. You can see it before the game, and I had an opportunity to talk to team leader Rick Lang. And even though this team is already qualified for the playoffs, they are going to try and do everything they can to get a win tonight, even though it does not affect their standing. I think you'll see a lot of great play. And boy, was that an opening shot for Enrico Pfister from Team Switzerland. And that's the kind of shot you're going to need to make against Team Canada in order to limit their very powerful offense.
No, just slides it off that second yellow and out the side door. Great shot there by Enrico Pfister. So here's Brent Lang, the 37-year-old, won the World Championship here in Basel in 2012, playing second stones for Glenn Howard.
I've been burnt a few times on the center line there.
So just a reminder of the rules of play here in the round robin. 6 ends minimum of the 10 regular and 38 minutes of thinking time for both teams. And 1 minute timeout available to either teams at any time during the game. So here's Enrico Pfister. Actually played third stones last year for Big Bro Mark at the World Championship in Halifax last year.
I'm not going to be light here. This is going to track. Throw it, yeah. That's fine. Yep. I think so. Hard. There you got to go, 5. Keep going, Scotty. Keep going. Good. Keep going. Stay with the roll. Stay with the rolls.
Coast-to-coast sweep from Scott Pfeiffer. Nice to see that again at the World Championship. Famously part of the Huff and Puff duo when he played with Randy Ferbey.
So here is Mark Pfister, the older of the 2 brothers, 26 years old, bricklayer, and making his 2nd World Championship appearance. Mark Kennedy, the 34-year-old 2010 Olympic champion. That was his last appearance at international competition. And watch out for his big weight ability throughout this game. We've seen some unbelievable takeouts from the left-hander. We've seen Canada play on this A sheet twice already this week, and kind of struggled a little bit with the yellow stones, playing red this evening.
Yeah, it's their first time playing the red stones. I think they might be happy to leave the yellow ones in the hands of their opposition. Skips Van Michel. So our first look at CAN-SUI. Skip for Team Canada. Gets to open with a very simple takeout. And one of the things we've noticed about Team Canada's shot selection on this sheet in particular, very few draws.
Sure, Kev. Yep. Achterhand. Yep. Ja, mooi. Okay. Okay.
So Sven Michel rolls out of the rings. And CAN-SUI just able to lob this one straight through to blank here in the first end.
This blank all set up by that excellent shot out of the second, the in-off
Blank, yeah.
by Enrico Pfister.
So there you go, first end complete here in draw 17. Canada 0, Switzerland 0.
Op zich normaal voor de vier en dan de tweede pokaal.
Ja.
Hij heeft zich gas gekomen.
Eigenlijk nog tegen de guard.
Ja, het vriezen dan al.
Naar de pak met de zoiets perfect. 12. Ja, ja. Voor 8. 10 is goed. Links komt goed, Grietje, net. Voor 4. Goed. Die top.
A nice and simple opening shot for Team Switzerland here in the second end of the 17th draw of the World Championship.
Let's go. Come on, Marcus. Come on, Marcus.
Well, with Canada already being qualified, do you expect to see them playing quite loose this evening and maybe having a go?
Right up, right up.
I think absolutely. I think the pressure's off, but this gives them a chance to still solidify how the ice is playing at this time of night. This is when the 1-2 game will be. It's very similar to the environment that they're going to need to perform in. There's a large crowd tonight. All of that will help serve them well as they move through the championship rounds. Switzerland needs to take advantage of every small opportunity they're given. And with Canada leaving that very high corner guard, that's the kind of opening that Switzerland will need to absolutely jump on.
Okay. Little bumps, okay.
Scott Pfeiffer being asked to play a tricky little freeze or tap.
Over there, yeah. Back 4. Bumping. Hold it. Bumping. Clean, yep. Just. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Hard, Marcus. Harder.
That stone took an absolute turn. His weight came off it, really picked up the curl, maybe a fresh spot of ice that hadn't been played in practice.
Daar verwonderde ik even niet mee. Was mooi. Lekker.
Earlier on, and we talked about there being a kind of limited number of teams who would actually feel confident in beating Canada and not lose it under the pressure of that intimidation factor they have. Do you think Sven Mikkel's team is one of those teams that can pull this one off?
They've won a lot of big games in their career, and even though this is a first-year team out of Switzerland with a new combination, a kind of power combination, and that's likely part of the adjustment we're seeing and the lack of performance that Team Switzerland's had, but they absolutely have the ability to be very carefree and make a lot of shots. And Enrico Pfister with another wonderful shot here in the opening portion of this game.
Tough shot with that.
Yeah, he's certainly come to play this evening. And his brother Mark on the inside trying to keep that one straight and drag it down there. Nicely done. And Switzerland lying 2 here early in the second end.
This is the kind of shot that you can see that Canada is definitely going for it. They could play really up weight at this and just blast some rocks. They chose to play a soft weight and try and roll onto the rings with their shooter. Just curled up a little bit. So I think that kind of shot selection is definitely showing us that Canada is going to go for it a little bit here with the hammer.
Schau het einfach gut. Aufpassen mit dem. 90 ist genug lang. Ja, aber verwundert das bleibt nicht dann. Einfach gut aufpassen. Betten! 2 nu! Linie ist gut, warte! 3 super! Carla! Nummer Länge! Linie ist gut, der Mann! 2! Ja, ja. 2 ist gut! 2! Nummer 2!
So the guard going back on here for Switzerland. Have they done enough to cover that one in the center line, I wonder?
Just hit and roll behind the guard.
Kevin Curry having a peek through that port right now.
Kind of like just trying to plant that here. Normal.
Is through the hole a bad idea?
Through the hole, you nose it and lose ours, but...
I need more weight, Kev. More weight.
The guard's almost
Okay,
in the way.
but I don't want to throw it. Yeah, it's
I know,
pretty
the corner
tough to
guard's
do.
almost in the way, though.
What?
The corner guard's almost in the way.
If I hair by that, I
Okay.
hit 2/3.
Okay, firm.
Firm then. Firm 3/4, Brent.
What, more?
Very common type of exchange from Team Canada there.
Whoa.
Each of these players is so experienced. They all know how they like to play shots and make them. And
Hard, hard,
Whoa,
hard.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Sit, Red.
Perfect shot.
CAN-SUI is respectful enough of his team's input, abilities, and
Player.
knowledge that he lets them call their own shots and
Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
make them beautifully.
Hard, hard, hard.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
just a terrific shot there to really change the angles and also to hold that red shooter on the wing. That keeps the multiple score alive for Canada.
And all of a sudden, what was looking like a very nice end for Switzerland to put some pressure on Team Canada. One slight under curl on a guard, slight misplacement on a guard has led to potentially a crooked number on the scoreboard.
So a good shot there to remove the Canadian stone and stick around at the back.
Back 8. Back 12.
We need a little bit more in case I need
Kind
to.
of backline it.
Yeah, I like that. Is this going to be fresh at all?
A shade, but not bad.
Shouldn't be.
Mark.
It's right where you just threw
I
your
just
hip.
threw 2, yeah, so it shouldn't be bad.
Look like lots.
Well, he's been having a good week.
No.
Of course, he's
And-
having a good time up there, John Dunn.
Yeah, especially sitting next to Ben Ebert and Rick Lang tonight. They've got a little bit of a new look on the bench with
Not
regular
How's
lead
the weight?
Not heavy.
Whoa.
sitting out this final draw.
Not heavy.
Whoa, then.
Just back line.
Whoa,
Small
Brent.
tap.
Well, not yet. Hard, Brent. Hard. Gotta go. Whoa, Scotty. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Go, go, go. Very nice.
Nice.
Well,
Good sweep,
just
guys.
quite pushed that one
Sorry,
far
the
enough.
way
There's
I want
Robert Hurleman, the Swiss coach. And also Raphael Markey on the left and national coach. Andy
Andy
Schwaller,
Schwaller.
of course, on the right.
Ja. Moest de knokel af dat voor mijn eigen route staat.
Whoa, 12. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good 12. Whoa. Rico. Rico. Whoa. Whoa.
Well, swooping with the curl here and trying to make it
Go, go, go.
curl
go.
onto that top red. Does enough to lie second and third stone, and also fourth at the back there. Well, meanwhile, over on sheet D, huge game between Denmark and Sweden. Defending European and world champion Niklas Edin on the verge of exit from this 2016 edition of the World Men's Curling Championship.
Hello, Scott.
Looking for a draw to a piece of the forefoot, a little bit better than full 8.
Same weight, guys. Watch the track.
For a single point, drawing against two Danish stones. Huge game on sheet D. 0-1 after one.
But it's good. Easy. Slow for line.
Clean it.
Line.
What?
Shade heavy, back line.
So just in case you're wondering who's going to qualify,
Hard's good.
we'll try and
Hard's good.
Hard fight.
keep you up to date to the likely permutations as we go along. There's still 16 possibilities as to who could qualify for the playoffs,
Got caught.
we're told by our friends at Curlet. Well, over on sheet B, United States 7-3. They're still in the mix to qualify. And up against this young German side, now being skipped by Mark Muskatowicz. And drawing for 2 here. It's a bit pacey. Will it stick around? Well, uses pretty much all the backing and all the space they had there and sticks around for 2. And 1 end played. Germany 2, United States 0.
8,5, 9. Da muss einfach schlechter rollen mit der Form gelb da.
Well, back in our featured game, here's Sven Michael with a potential double takeout to live 4. How that could turn the end around for Switzerland. Hits and rolls to the button and lies in shot position. Great shot by Sven Michael. Let's have another look at that one. Makes the roll inside, but
it's a lovely shot, but the angles are still very much in Team Canada's favor, and last rock advantage definitely in Team Canada's hand.
Are you thinking the good control stuff? Or you want to throw normal?
What's that? No, I'm thinking, like, what I'm worried about, I guess this isn't going anywhere. I'm thinking, I was thinking board, but probably want a little more, hey?
I think a little more, because if you just nut this, it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. Probably easier to call with control. Control?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
So this spot on the ice is curled.
I don't mind seeing a sliver more.
No, I meant weight.
I think it...
Okay.
This spot on the ice has curled pretty hard all week.
Actually flatter than I thought, eh? Yeah, let's go here, Mark.
And
I think normal's the right way. No, we're good. Oh, okay.
saw weight change. Once
Yeah,
Kevin got to see a look at that from the far hack. As the Swiss back end looks on.
Control. Clean.
Yep. Yep.
Real
hard.
Real hard.
Hard.
Keep going. Keep going. Stay with the roll. Stay with the roll. Get him. Okay, Kev. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
just not enough ice there.
Yeah, that one over curled and hits on the nose. So a bit of a let off there for Switzerland.
Das macht das Loch nicht zu, dann kann man
Ooh, do that good. Do that really good.
I'm a little surprised that Team Canada did not anticipate how much that spot would move. This is their third game on this sheet.
So waren wir auch geforst.
Ja.
Dann kann man den Doppel machen.
Ja, aber wenn er ein bisschen zu weit weg ist, dann ist es wieder einfacher.
Das hier die Chance auf den Stil. So.
Ja, aber es könnte auch.
Hat einfach den, oder?
Wenn er uns um ein bisschen übergehen kann er hier Nase drauf für 3. Für 3 ist ja nicht so geil.
Wenn du so machst, ist er geforst, oder?
Wenn wir das so machen.
Dann haben wir noch mal geguckt.
Ja.
Ist noch schwierig, oder?
Ja, darfst einfach nicht hier bleiben liegen irgendwo. Ja gut, das spielt nicht eine Rolle. Das ist ja noch besser da hinten. Ja.
Genau gerade vor der Anlage, perfekt. Was du lieber willst. Der Guard muss einfach
Eigentlich
das Loch
auch so.
zutun.
Ja, nein, es ist ein bisschen übergehört.
Ja.
ist passiert.
Und dann hat er eben den immer noch.
Der Dos. Hast du gesehen?
Ja.
Kann er was spielen?
Ja, das sieht er fast nicht.
Da sieht er nicht so viel vom Heck.
Intern mit einem Zähne. Ist gut. So. Schau schnell, mit 10 ist zu viel Eis.
Well, Switzerland's initial call here was to throw the guard, but they're going to try the takeout on that stone just played by Kevin Cui. We'll see if they've actually learned anything from the line.
Ist gut, Tisch.
Ja.
They were watching intently.
Stop!
Stop!
Stop! Yep! Wow! Wow!
Stop!
Achtung! Yep! Wow! Wow, Campy! Wow! 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 Tira Nico! Nico! Wow! 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 KO! Nee, 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 nee! Goed, ga!
Well, just rolls a fraction further than they would have liked.
Ja, dat is een klasse groove.
Wow! Wow! Tira Nico! Nico!
Here's another look. Would have just liked to stop about here and just rolls a stone too far. So it looks like there's still a tap back available here for Canada to score 2.
It's a staggered port. It might be a little tough to get through, but they're going to throw a takeout weight, try and manage that line.
Well, I guess the thing is here that they can afford to hit the yellow onto their own red, and the red won't go too far because it's so well frozen on that yellow stone at the back of the forefoot.
If we get to nose, I don't think that other one goes very far.
Yeah, it's locked on there.
If we nose it, I think we're okay.
Yeah, I think I'm sure we are.
Looks like a lot of ice,
It
but
does, but
it'll come up.
Easy board. Clean. Whoa, Scott. Clean.
Whoa, Scott.
Whoa.
Now this side runs a little straighter. Looks like it's moving nicely though.
it's close enough I can make it.
Go, Brent.
Langer.
Good. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Good, 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 good. Perfect. Nice shot, Kev. Good sweep, guys.
Lovely controlled weight and good sweeping there. And Canada will get the first points of this final round robin game.
Close enough I can make it.
Go, Brent.
Langer.
Good.
Team Switzerland
Keep going,
watching
keep
on
going.
as Brent
Good,
Lang
good, 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 good. Perfect.
turned this one onto the nose.
Nice shot, Kev. Good sweep.
And after 2 ends here, it's Canada 2, Switzerland 0.
Sven was really aggressive.
He was on the other side of the center line.
Yeah. Nice deuce, guys.
Yeah, good shooting, boys.
That came down, eh? As soon as you hit that one, too.
Oh, yeah, it was still pretty fresh.
Came down to, like, back line.
Still a little juice here. Yeah, I thought you were heavy hack out your hand, and then
Good shot, Kev.
even yours, Mark, the back liner came down. Yeah, I like it. Just used to sweeping out the first ones.
Looks pretty good.
Picking.
No. Hard, 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 hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Third end underway. You're watching live coverage of the World Men's Curling Championship 2016. We're in St. Jakobshalle in Basel, Switzerland, and this is the final game of the round robin, Switzerland and Canada. Canada already top of the round robin, leading by 2-0 here against the host nation.
Go, 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 go. Split, split.
Keep up. Same kind of weight, foot more maybe.
One of the critical factors to success with the hammer on this ice is putting the corner guards in a good position. That Swiss corner guard staying a little high and possibly a little wide.
Looks good. Wait only.
Weight's perfect. Knuckleball.
Stay close.
It's going to be difficult to hide behind that one.
Weight's perfect.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shots back.
Five. Nice five. Great shot. So muffled.
Well, sheet C, second end, blanked in the first. Aku Kausta delivering the last stone of the second end against Japan.
Every game out here incredibly meaningful. One for the post-round robin standings, which Japan is closely in the hunt for. But more importantly for Finland, Olympic standing, points for 2018. Nice draw by Aku Kauste. Takes his one.
Yep.
Well, I don't think Brian Lang enjoyed that delivery, but has he got the corner guard away? I'm not too sure. Looks like he left one.
And taking a look in on sheet D, a wonderful opportunity for Denmark and Rasmus Stern to take 2 points with the hammer and a 2-1 lead after 2 ends.
Watch now. Watch now, guys. Good leg.
2, 3. Godlike. Ga werken, muskler. Go, go, go. 3. Oh. Goed, Rico.
That's pas overscored.
Well, again, quite wide with the corner guard. And this is how they are stacking up at the moment coming into this session. And we'll try and keep you up to date with who's going where as we go along. Denmark, Japan, and United States all out there in 7 and 3. Norway 7 and 4 already finished their round robin, and Sweden also in 6 and 4, completing the teams still in the hunt. Well, Brent Lang over curls,
Whoa, Marcus. Not that one.
chips the corner and rolls another one into the house.
A little light, maybe. Throw, Brent.
Fine.
Meneer Bal.
Ik speel het eigenlijk lief, dat is er niet slecht. Hè?
Looks like corner guard again here for Switzerland.
A very patient approach.
Bal geeft hij wel. 3.
Yeah, very experienced skip now, Sven Mikkel. Not panicking about lying 2 stones against.
He knows they have the ability to make a double takeout the way those stones are positioned in the center of the rings.
I've got an out-turn chase. Sure? Could try it. I don't mind the peel. How do you peel it?
Not an easy peel anymore.
Okay.
Board.
I'll be good board, guys. So it's not super fresh, so just with the call, not the throw.
Well, not seeing too much at all, but seen some pretty spectacular things happen with takeouts so far this week.
Board. Board. Hard legger.
Easy.
Once this is past the guard, watch for Scott Pfeiffer sweeping this one in with the abrasive red pad, trying to make it curl. And gets the job done. Gets it out of there and rolls the shooter.
It is just really challenging to hide a stone on this ice with the skills of the sweeping and the technology of the brushes. Team Switzerland being very cognizant of that. Now they're gonna switch to a little bit of defense here.
Bitte, bitte. Oh, godt jobba. Godt. Litt opp, Marker.
Just a subtle change of tactics, recognizing that they don't want to get into a situation where they're forced to a single point.
I'll expect this to curl a bit.
Putting some rocks in the back of the rings, a nice idea. Eliminating one of the Canadian counters, an even better idea.
Control up. Clean. Whoa. Shade heavy. Whoa.
Yeah, Switzerland are starting to run out of stones here in the third end. Can't afford to run too many more down.
I think the way these are set up, Sven will eye the double takeout.
Fighting that one a bit too. Practice won't be a bad thing tomorrow.
Well, just misjudged that one slightly and rolls out of the rings. And one of the reds just hangs around there for Canada still to lie one.
Looks like I got to do the work on this one, Fife. That's what it comes down to. We start cheering for turns.
I know 2 points don't seem like a big lead, but when a team gets even a little bit ahead out on this ice and they have the opportunity to hit their way through, we've seen most of the teams successfully hang on to those leads. If Switzerland's going to make any kind of dent in Team Canada's power, they cannot have miscues like that.
Line's good. Just clean. Yeah, Looks there. Yeah, we're definitely here. There.
Probably T-line.
At least. T-line's okay. It's trying. It's back T though. Maybe you want to even it up. No.
Full eight's okay.
No, full eight. No. Okay, Kev, that's all right. Slid pretty good.
Yeah.
Slow, Kev.
Here's an inch on.
Well, just 3 stones to come here in the third end, and Sweden with no great opportunities to put a deuce on the board here.
They need a really nice freeze and hope that somehow Canada either peels and rolls out and gives them the blank opportunity, or hits on the nose, bounces a little bit, and gives them a soft tap opportunity for 2. But before any of that is possible, this shot needs to happen. Clockwise rotating. Right-handed thrower in turn freeze to the back 12.
Oh well, the red lights have gone off here. You can see those flashing lights. That is the signal for a hogline violation. Well, that looks clearly away to me.
Is toch niet op besluiting?
Yeah, we checked that, so we want to check the stone. Then it's okay.
Looked like he let it go, and he might have touched it.
And here, Mark Kennedy saying there, it looked like he let it go. You might see one of the ice technicians out here having a test of the handle to see whether it was away or not, and that's clearly away before the hog line.
Yeah, that's what it looks like from our vantage point. It is a difficult thing to see, as every magician for the history of time has proven. The hand is faster than the eye.
Last time that we had the problem, we said we must stop the stone.
Then we can check it, and then if it's
Jetzt?
keine Ahnung.
Let's have a look again.
Mal schauen, du bist ja längstens vor der Hocklane. Schon lange? Ja.
Du musst noch mal ankommen.
Sven Michel looks a little confused.
Well, the crowd are getting involved here a little bit. Mark Pfister just asking him to settle down.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, a nice bit of sportsmanship here, I think.
It is a nice.
Sie haben schon gesagt, ich soll noch mal spielen, aber...
No, because a hog line call, we can check it for you.
Ja.
If the handle is faulty, you can replay it again. If it's not faulty,
Then it's out.
it's staying as a hog line. Ice crew, we need to have it checked.
So,
A really nice ruling from the deputy head official. Our rules don't provide, even though Team Canada has offered for Team Switzerland just to rethrow that rock, the World Curling Federation rules do not allow for that to be. If the stone is not faulty,
Double blinking. Double blinking. So
if the stone handle is not faulty, it gets pulled from play.
A couple problems at the Briar where they let it go fine. But there was no jumbotron, so you never got to watch it again. So sometimes there's mistakes with the handles.
Save yourself some time, check it after this end.
So it's not up to us to let you guys throw it again?
So he does not.
Yeah. If the handle is correct, it's working.
It's not, watch.
I would like to see this whole thing get resolved a little bit more quickly.
So,
If you allow it to rethrow,
Yeah.
we will.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so the Canadians doing a nice job here and showing some great sportsmanship and saying, well, we don't think it was a hogline violation, so...
yeah, and actually more importantly, they are saying that the handle is absolutely not working. So that's what that oddly patterned blinking is, that Brent Lang very kindly pointed out to the officials as well as the Swiss team. So here we are, back to that intern freeze.
Well, and the green lights come on in that one.
This is a challenging shot in the best of circumstances, and after a timeout like that, this is really just a spectacular shot.
I'll lock that one on, Sven Michel. Great shot. Oh, another look, great sweep there by Gempler to get that one on to the nose.
So with that great freeze, this allows Switzerland ultimately to blank this end. Likely, in order to remove it,
Oh, an absolute
all
bullet.
three of these rocks are going to spill.
Go, 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 go. Sit, sit. Good throw, good throw.
There's always going to be a big ass to keep the shooter there. And rolls everything out. So Switzerland going to have a chance to blank here. And makes it look easy, really.
Clearing is gewoon okay. Dus now what's go? Clearing.
So that stone will be fully seen from the hack. Should be a straightforward shot for Sven Michel.
Oh, Rico! Oh, Rico! Rico! Oh, oh,
The third end's blanked after some controversy, but common sense prevails. And no harm done. So after 3 ends, it's still Canada 2, Switzerland 0.
USA is melting. Which rock was it?
2 feet. Dan nemen we raus hier. Alle sagen etwas anderes. Ja. Ist das alles?
Oh, das ist noch gut. Das soll 2 Monate. Sometimes like the 90 is not really racing if you don't go over the 90 degrees. Okay. I was standing right there and I didn't think you were over, so.
Ja. Thanks.
Also,
wahrscheinlich habe ich nicht genug umgekehrt. Er sagt, du müsstest ihn manchmal mehr als nur halb aufkehren. Ich stelle ihn immer noch auf. Das ist echt verrückt bei der Weiche.
Es muss fast ein Fehler, aber es ist jetzt klar gesehen, es ist nie aus Heim.
Sie hätte natürlich gleich können sagen.
Ja, das ist nicht gut. Ja, nicht haben. Jetzt hat er einen Check. Wo er ja gut gesehen hat, müssen wir
Ja.
Fourth end, Scott Pfeiffer.
Yeah, you really got to go. Hard. Keep going. Hard. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep her going.
Fine.
Well, comes up a little shy.
I was standing right there and I didn't think you were over, so.
Ja. Thanks.
Also,
wahrscheinlich habe ich ihn nicht genug umgekehrt. Er sagt, du müsstest ihn manchmal mehr als nur halb.
Well, interesting to hear a conversation between Scott Pfeiffer and Sven and Michael.
It is a very kind thing that Team Canada did to allow Team Switzerland to rethrow the skip's first stone. And I think probably not an unusual comment coming from Scott Pfeiffer, whose team had several stones pulled during a World Championship bid back in 2001, which directly led to the fast-tracking development of the Eye on the Hog technology and the handles that we've been talking about.
Line only. Weight's perfect. Hard. Whoa, off. T-line. Nope, just the phone.
I'll just sneaks that past that tight guard. See, Scott Pfeiffer throwing quite a lot less rotation than a lot of the leads you would see today. Think that's any reflection of the development of the game, man?
Scott is not a lead. Scott is a world champion second who is stepping in his role as alternate for Team Canada, stepping in at lead. So I think he's going to employ a couple of second tactics. The rotation will come up when they need the hits.
Roll in the house. Yeah. Forward. Here. Sure.
Switzerland trying to make an improvement on that long corner guard that they threw with the first rock.
One little more.
And that double stacked corner looks really good. So good, in fact, that Brent Lang's going to be asked to remove it.
Little heavy. Yep. Hard. Hard guard. Hard. Whoa. Touch. Yep, right up. Okay.
Maybe a little soft.
Maybe off the wings.
For control.
Maybe.
Draag hem al hier naar hinten. Blauw.
So that red slides all the way through the playing area and leaves almost another corner guard there, just touching the house on the left-hand side that Switzerland can try and use to their advantage. Enrico Pfister, 80% for the week.
Vorne 4.
Zieh Linie, Linie schauen. Ja, Linie.
Vorne 8.
Zieh Linie.
Ja, es fast noch 3. Es ist 2. An der Klute.
Oh, ja, nimm noch ein bisschen.
And this just coming up very light.
Okay.
Goes right through the hole.
Well, over on Sheet D, a game that we will certainly be keeping an eye on during draw 17 this evening. Nicholas Dean, the reigning world champion, defeated this afternoon by Scotland and putting their tournament life in jeopardy. This should be a pretty straightforward takeout here for Nicholas. And he does make that takeout to score 2 and take the lead once again. After 3 ends, it's Sweden 3, Denmark 2. So we just missed a pretty huge miss there by Switzerland. And Canada just try to tidy this up a little bit. So quite a few stones kicking around for Switzerland to try and use to generate the deuce that they need to tie this game up.
They're going to need to use all the stones that they can, whatever color they can, to help set up any kind of jams, places to hide. Taking advantage of a couple rocks out front with a really nice draw through a port underneath the corner.
Make the run. What? You saw this coming. Set you up. Make it.
Mark Kennedy, 88% for the week at 3rd position. Great shooting. Doesn't manage to make the run back there though.
We'll take a look in on Sheet C.
Da muss nicht mal unbedingt raus, einfach schlechter rüber.
Akukause.
12,5.
A familiar look, drawing against 3 Japanese counters. Needs full 12 foot or better. Second Polyamous, just cleaning the stone right into the rings. Finland up 2-1 at the conclusion of the 4th end.
Rico! 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 Tia! Tia! Tia, weiter! Nochmal. Oh, nicht zu viel. Gut. Dann geht's langsam weiter.
Nice draw for Switzerland to lie 2.
Yeah, just a nice little tap back there.
It's a thick half, 2/3. Thick half, he said. Thick half. Yeah. Half to thick
This sets up Mark Kennedy for the kind of shot that he absolutely loves. An up weight, in turn, double takeout.
Whoa, Brent. Hard Langer. Whoa, Scotty, Scott. Whoa.
No problem at all for Mark Kennedy. And teed him up for it, and he absolutely delivered. Here's another look. just misses that back red and rolls right across the house and pops the other yellow out the side door.
A happy Mark Kennedy. He's
Yeah,
thinking, leave me those all night long. Those shots, just the way he throws them, the comfort he has with those double takeouts. I think the stones, the target just looks extra big and extra easy to him right now. Switzerland's going to have to be a little bit more clever. Maybe a freeze on their last rock instead of the tap. Maybe a draw and just resign yourself to having to play a double with your skip stones.
Oh, nice hit and roll underneath that tight guard. So here on sheet B, Germany leading the United States by 2 shots to 0.
And a live look at Germany's last stone. USA has the hammer in this end, and with that overroll by the German skip, United States has a wide open takeout opportunity to tie this game up.
Screw this, I'm not putting my broom down.
Denkt das? Ja, ja, glaub schon. So, vielleicht noch ein Mühe. Ja.
Now, give me another inch, please.
John Schuster, skip from USA on the right side of your screen. Regardless of the outcome of this game, he'll be playing in some post-round robin play. A win here guarantees him a spot. Out of a tiebreaker. And with that nice takeout, USA ties it up 2-2 after 4.
Well, back in our featured game, Kevin Cooey made that run back, but has left a stone around the other corner. And Sven Mikkel clearly has good grasp of the weight this evening. Another great effort at the freeze by the Swiss skip.
And Team Canada is lining up another run back for their skip.
Yeah, nose, middle. Yeah. I think we run it.
What's that?
I think we run it.
Yeah. Like, can't be afraid of going too hard on this.
No, exactly.
Okay.
Dead nose, millimeter high or something?
Well, looks like another run back, nose hit to clip that yellow off the top.
The big lift from Kevin.
89% for the week. Fantastic stats.
Absolutely incredible shooting. And once again,
Almost lost that one.
Oh, just an unbelievably talented shot maker, Kevin Cooey.
as you might imagine, sitting atop the standings, Team Canada, and sitting atop the statistical standings as well, skip Kevin Cooey.
So you can see probably quite a lot of that redstone seen from the hack. And Switzerland could try and make a double takeout here to try and blank the end. Maybe a half stone connection required for Sven Mikkel. 78% for the week. Sticks it and rolls out. It's going to be a steal of one here in the fourth end.
umstellen, das hat ja nie gelangt. Da musst du ja weniger wie
And after 3 ends, due to this errant takeout from Sven Mikkel and a steal of 1, it's Canada 3, Switzerland 0.
Which is wild because putting.
Final end of the first half.
You have to be off by nothing.
Canada into a commanding 3-shot lead after just 4 ends.
Yeah, looks like it.
And looking pretty dominant here in this final draw.
Switzerland is going to need some extraordinary performance and a little bit of luck.
Nummer 2. Nimm ein bisschen.
Das ist 3, das ist 3.
2.
Well, Switzerland have been trying to score just for the last couple of ends with this corner guard tactic, and that corner guard just not in a good enough spot, really. Too high from the house, especially. Possibly a fraction too wide, too.
Yeah, I think it's actually the story of this championship. If you can get those corner guards in good position when you have the hammer, you've seen teams very capable of scoring 2 points on a regular basis. It takes some creativity and some shot making after that. But if you don't get those lead rocks in really commanding positions, you are chasing the entire end.
Carla. 2. Achtung, sieht nicht so lang aus. Bis hier.
So the Swiss lead.
Vielleicht noch ein bisschen Carla, wenn es geht. Oh, wenn es geht.
Trying to get a corner guard on the other side of the ice in a little bit stronger position.
Well, Canada are going to try and peel the one that's in a better position. And you're probably going to see quite a lot of takeouts this end. Switzerland going for the come around the corner guard. Meanwhile, over on sheet D, here's Rasmus Stjärne throwing the final stone of the 4th end, trailing Sweden by 3 shots to 2.
And a delicate little takeout opportunity for Denmark in this very pivotal game. Well managed. They get to hang a 2 on the board and take the lead 4-3 after 4 ends.
Well, wouldn't a lot of the teams out there like to see Denmark win that game and put Sweden out of this World Championship? It would be a different look to the playoffs this year.
Dramatically different, as Sweden has been a perennial favorite over the last 5-6 years. And also a fan favorite in Nicholas Edin, a very familiar face in our sport.
Well, I'm sure Canada would be quite happy to see Sweden leave the tournament for the playoffs, the only team to defeat them during the round robin. They just seem to lose their way a little bit in the middle of the round robin after winning their first 4 games, and they dropped 3 in a row.
Yeah, they just lost a handle on draw weight. They lost a little bit of confidence throughout the round robin, but Sweden's had a nice bounce since then. Playing well, but not playing great.
So Canada have left a pocket for Switzerland to draw into. A nice little nest, and Pfister lays a beautiful little yellow stone into that nest.
Back line just through.
Yeah. I hear you. Oh, so let's make sure I'm through and move it around. Yep. Right. Trust it, throw a good one. Are you trying for right on the nose?
That's what he signaled for.
You have to get
nose or nose.
Okay, nose is close. Yeah.
Well, just a nose takeout called here for Canada. Not a huge weight being thrown in. They're accepting that this yellow stone can't be removed from play and just going to try and shuffle things around to get it out the next time.
They're going to try and take control of it by sitting right on the face of it.
Hard dead.
Hard's gone. Hard fight. Hard line's good.
Langer. Both of you. Go, Fred. Gotta go.
It's good. Sorry, guys. Good sweep. Good sweep.
Leaves a nice angle on that one to direct it away from the center of play.
Yeah, the shooter stops actually in a nice spot. Mark Kennedy was apologizing for his throw there, but that is a challenging setup for Switzerland.
Well, they are lying 3 against at the moment. 3 stones almost touching the forefoot. And the stone's quite staggered and congested at the top of that 8-foot circle, making it really difficult for them to get at that one on the edge of the button.
Da kann man schon wegschießen. So.
Zieht er da drauf? Zieht er da drauf, wenn ich es da vorne drauf lasse? Was? Geht er nicht da drauf?
It's been a long week for Mark Kennedy, but still only part 1 of the job done.
Was ist, wenn Ukraine geht? Nein, kommt der genau da drauf.
Das bringt doch nichts. Dann liegt das da immer noch so. Kann schier kommen, aber das ist zu viel Risiko, glaube ich. Schießt er hier rein, vielleicht geht er sogar oben drüber. Wenn wir das 10 spielen, so daher, ist vielleicht mal nicht so schlecht.
Da geht aber nur einer von denen.
Ja, ich weiss, aber dann haben wir mal wieder eine Chance zum Schreiben. 10 mit 2/3 treffen.
Pretty nice there. Das 10, Finger wecken.
I'm not too sure exactly what the Swiss are trying to pull off on this one.
It looks like just maybe a little tap and roll. Hack weight, maybe board. Just change up the angles, get some separation on the 2 Swiss stones in the rings.
Well, a good shot, but Switzerland still lying 2 against here, and that shooter stone rolling into 5th shot position. Currently being outcounted by 3 Canadian counters.
Did he say half? He said half, but on the screen it looks like it's hard to go across the top. It's a hair more. You saw it though, so whatever. Does it look like I can throw the intern and miss ours?
Yeah, you could. Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Doesn't it look natural with the intern? Is that the in?
Yeah.
Can I get just a little more? I think it's going to curl a little bit. I think so too. I actually think if I throw this, I think that's a little tight still. Hard at the where you like closed. Yeah. Okay.
Even with a really nicely thrown rock by Switzerland. Mark Kennedy eyeing up a double takeout opportunity once again.
Oh, hits it a little thin and slides underneath the wide one. Canada still lying 3 though. Meanwhile, over in sheet C, Finland leading Japan by 2 shots to 1, and Yosuke Morizumi throwing an angled race to maybe even score 3 if he sticks it. Bam! Great shot, Yosuke Morizumi. Put that one in the highlight reel. And that is a score of 3 for Japan and a 2-shot lead. Looking for another win to secure their place in the playoffs. Japan 4, Finland 2. Just could not have hit that any better. His brother Kosuke absolutely loving it.
What a momentum swing to take into the break for Team Japan.
He's got to throw some weight with that ice. You think?
And back in our featured sheet, things looking a little bit more promising for Switzerland. Certainly lots less in the way of red granite kicking around the 4-foot circle, and a couple over there behind the corner.
Around to here.
Well, the thicker you hit it, the more it's going to roll. I think you want to throw. I like your call. I like this. Control weight and hit half of it. Okay. It will still spill out of there. This is good too, though, right?
I like it. I like a little more weight. So just easy, normal.
This will curl.
Should be good with that weight, eh? Or
Yeah.
Sliver more.
Yeah, I like it. Easy, normal.
Yeah,
clean. So, I think so.
So a couple of good options here for Canada.
Hard. Stay with the roll, Scott. Stay with the roll. Go. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. Nice throw, Kev.
Well, didn't really try to peel both of those stones.
Yeah, he's got the double.
That one just sets up a double possibility for Sweden to lie to. Back over on the other side, Niklas Edin, last stone of the 5th end, and should be a straightforward takeout to score the 4th deuce of the game. Back and forth. 5 ends played. Sweden 5, Denmark 4.
And on our feature sheet, the double takeout is available, but it leaves a fairly easy double for Team Canada.
Well, difficult to see a better possibility, though, to get the stones spread.
Yeah, just going to try and hit and roll. This one's curling quite a bit. Looks like they ended up with the double.
And leaves quite nice angles, although those stones close together. A really steep angle between those 2 yellow stones.
Yeah, that worked out as nicely as possible for Team Switzerland.
Don't mind trying the thin way right up center. I think you can make that, Kev. Quarter rock's probably good.
Probably easier to see than this thin one.
I think so. I don't like that. Yeah, straight up center.
Thin.
I don't
shot.
think. If you're playing it thin, I think you'd go the other way, but. What would Benny say? Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
What's up?
Try it thin. Pretty thin. Sir.
High-powered double takeout attempt.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa!
Good shot, Kevin. Great shot. Great shot.
Good sweep.
Never in doubt.
Good scrub.
Nothing is
Nice shot,
safe when Kevin Cuy's around.
Didn't think I was ever
Every
gonna hear a
shot's
whoa when I
available
hit this much,
if
but I like
you
the
hit it in
aggression.
the right spot with the right amount of weight.
could have got that one.
Doubt it.
Throw it out there and let you.
Well, looks like Switzerland might have to wait a little longer to get their deuce. They're just going to try and blank here with their final stone of the fifth end. Sven Michael.
Yep. Yep. Good.
And he makes that shot to blank the fifth end. The teams are going to take a 5-minute break. And when we return for the sixth end, it will be Canada 3, Switzerland 0.
I was surprised when you said whoa. It's like, whoa?
If we get to nose, I don't think that.
Taking a look back at the key shots from the first half of our feature game.
Easy board.
A missed hit and roll by Switzerland leads to a delicate little takeout on a stone in the button.
Nice shot, Kev. Good sweep. Kev.
Canada takes a 2-0 lead in the second end. Third end provided some unique action with some hogline violation and sensor handle issues. But cool and composed skip Sven Michael throws a beautiful freeze, perfectly swept by his team. That would eventually lead to a blank. And again, taking the offer for a double takeout and rollout on a blank attempt. Team Switzerland over-curls by just a hair and gives up a steal of one and a 3-0 lead after 5.
Schon noch umstellen, das hat ja nie gelangt. Da musst du ja weniger wie halten.
Taking a look at our other games, United States all knotted up playing the 6th 2-2. Japan up 4-2 over Finland. And the back and forth game, Sweden up 1 on Denmark playing the 6th end.
On center and top 8 on center.
He's better than Benny. That's
I hope the cats watch him, and I hope he's listening.
Battles out here, right?
See, that's what we do. You call it.
See that shot Japan made?
Say, what
Did
do you
you
think?
see the shot?
Say, I think 5 cents for the rest of the event.
Yeah.
And I'll just turn around and walk off.
Did you see the
So
shot
you're
Morris
going to come
made?
close with some of your mics there and say, what do you think, John? I'll say,
See what?
right?
The shot Japan made? It's higher than halfway.
Ja, maar zeker niet, maar is mee. Hoe maakt ze het? Dat ligt ons duizend.
Niet normaal, hem. Kan toch nog
klinkt aus, hè? De back. Ja, wir spielen eigentlich jedes Ende ziemlich gut.
Ja.
Keine Chance für 2. Oder? Sicher nicht hure schlecht, aber er sicher.
Ja, komm, hast du Chance auf 2, er macht einfach alles zunichte.
Ja. Es ist irgendwann, ich müssten die 2 schon. Offensiv, der ist im 10.
Ja, genau.
Jetzt geht im 6. Gut.
quick look at the shooting percentages. Canada actually down on Switzerland in the stats, but making those key shots when it really matters, and that stolen point in the fourth end, giving them quite a big advantage as we go into the second half. Definitely looks like a long way back for Switzerland, who've had some mixed results this week. Definitely not what they would have been hoping for in front of their home crowd. So Scott Pfeiffer gets this sixth end underway. If you've just joined us, you're watching live coverage of the World Men's Curling Championship 2016, live from the St. Jakobshalle in Basel, Switzerland. Canada 9-1 so far in the round robin, and definitely favourites to go to 10. Already #1 spot in the playoffs secured. Who will join them? We are not sure yet. It will not be Switzerland, who have only chalked up 4 wins so far. But they are still playing for Olympic qualification points. Of course, Korea automatically qualify as the hosts. 7 other teams will qualify by right of qualification points between this year and next year's World Men's Championship. Points will be awarded based on finishing position. First will get 14, second will get 12, third will get 10, and then they will decrease by 1 point per position after that, down to 1 point for last position. And then all of the teams all the countries I should say, who took part in a World Championship between the last Olympics and this Olympic will be invited to the Olympic qualification event to fight it out for those last 2 spots of 10 at Pyeongchang 2018. Switzerland would have been hoping to get more points than they have done this week. Well, there's the newly crowned World Women's Champions from Swift Current in Saskatchewan.
The Swiss women have no worries about qualifying for Pyeongchang.
No, certainly not. Hanging out there with the big wigs.
Well earned VIP spot in the building. 2-time world champions, Team Switzerland, Vinja Felcher.
So Enrico Pfister having a good game, playing 88%. Switzerland having a good game throughout the team. Just need to make a couple more of those key shots, and I think the real difference at the moment is that both teams are making their shots well, but even when they're scoring 4 out of 4 shots, you can make a 4 out of 4 shot and then you can make one really, really perfectly well, and at the moment Canada are just making more of those ones.
Yeah, Canada is executing at such a high level of precision that your shot almost needs to be better than perfect. You have to outthink and outmaneuver this Canadian foursome, and that is going to be a tall order for any team, and in particular a team that has been struggling a little bit throughout this round robin.
Yeah, it was always going to be a big ask this game for Switzerland. Sven Michael more than capable on his day, though.
An absolutely wonderful player, and give them one more world championship. And I think you'd see a very different type of result. Remembering that even though this isn't their first time at the Worlds, this is this foursome's first time together. And also there's a unique pressure being the home nation. When you are playing in front of large crowds, every single draw, it's a wonderful thing, but it can change your perspective, change the intensity for you.
And we've had the opportunity to see this Swiss team a few times this week. New this season, sometimes teams just click into place just like that. Where is this team at in its development journey?
I think they're in the early stages still. They've had a little trouble with clock management. They are a big personality team, and they need to find a way to have that personality be a weapon instead of a distraction. So I think a little more comfort communicating with the back end will ultimately lead to this being a very championship capable team.
Well, Enrico Pfister looking a little bit disappointed with that one, but actually improved the angles of the two red stones to maybe make a better freeze next time.
Those peels are just curling a bit more, eh? Like the first one I let it go and I'm like, oh no.
60.
Yeah, it's 50 probably here.
So something similar required.
Yeah, this gives him a chance to put a smile on his face instead of a sigh.
%90 for the game.
Which normally you would think that your third playing 90%, back to your point earlier, would be more than enough performance.
Go, go, go! Go, 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 go! Backward.
A good shot there to get one frozen on.
Hack? You want the back one gone? Yes. Yeah. Good hack then. Hey Kev, board's probably the weight then. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Okay. Board, you're in? Board. I think that's the way to play it. Middle of the red one. That's good. Okay. Trust that on the
And clearly Mark Kennedy is quite an influential character in this Kevin Cui team. Would you say more so than the Kevin Martin team that he came from before?
Well, playing a different position, moving from second to third, definitely changes your responsibilities. That third position being the pivotal communication link between the front end, the back end, making sure that the game plan is all going to plan. So I think it changes his responsibilities. So it's definitely a very different type of role.
That was a great shot he played there. Comes in onto the nose and leaves himself locked on the face of that yellow stone just played by Mark Pfister.
And this is the exact kind of situation we were talking about. Mark Pfister makes a beautiful freeze. Team Canada makes a simple nose hit. And the end is almost gone for Switzerland without some brilliant rock placement and a miss out of Team Canada.
Yeah, it's just like Switzerland at the moment. They're posing some great questions, but every single time Canada have all the answers.
Wenn wir darum hier gehen, ich glaube, dann schießt wieder vorne, dann ist wieder vorne dran.
Und er ist vor.
Was meinst du?
Dann sind wir hier, wenn wir noch den Freeze.
Was macht er? Was macht er, wenn wir so tun? Ja.
Well, of course, we saw that circus shot by Yosuke Morizumi, running in the corner guard to score 3 in the 5th end. And here's Aku Kausta attempting one of his own for 2. Just missed the back one. And it will only be a score of 1. Finland out of the hunt for the playoffs, but still trying to get those Olympic points that we keep talking about.
Yeah, and based on the possibilities out there with all 4 of these games being so critical to the final standings post-round robin, Finland can finish as high as 6th place and as low as 9th.
Ball. Hang on. Tien.
Hands off.
Ball. Ball. Tien. Ball. Tien.
Hands off.
Ball. Tien. 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 Musst aber den Gelb nehmen. Okay.
Well, not a bad shot. Just needed to perhaps tap it a little bit further to get the effect you were looking for.
Ah, ein bisschen kurz, hä?
I think it's half a rock with heel. And this is...
Yeah, I'm not even sold it touches it. You think it catches the top? I guess the key is if I sit there, but then I might stay right. Just roll a sliver to center line. I don't see what else we'd do anyways, right?
No, question is just how thick to hit it. If you hit it thin, are you going to get some drag on the 6? Do you think? Like if you hit half a rock, does it pull the 6 this way? I think it does. That's what I'm wondering. Because the thicker you hit it, like you're saying, I think that might miss it. Thinner might drag it.
Sorry, there's some of our time.
I'd love to see it.
Okay.
Like half a rock with peel.
It's just if it doesn't, it's an easy deuce, right? Versus if I do this, what does he do?
And we take a look in on sheet D in the 6th end. Last rock for Danish skip Rasmus Stern. He's got a tough draw. Actually, it might even be a tap that he's playing.
I think it might. I think it does get it. I mean, even if it doesn't, I don't see another shot.
So do you want to hit half or 7/8?
Yeah, it does look like he might well be playing the tap back here. It's a lot of curl on this ice, but I'm not sure there's enough to get round the outside and into shot position. Tough shot here, facing 3 Swedish counters. Well, how's your luck, Rasmus?
Harry Troll's working hard.
Oh, lovely.
Hold the line.
Well, you just never know with these whether they'll slide between the 2 Yellowstones in the forefoot, and that one just gets the rub that it needed to put one on the board and tie things up after 6 ends. Back in our featured game.
A very familiar scenario. Some pretty good rock placement leads to an excellent opportunity for Kevin Cui to throw that big weight, massive takeout, and limit Switzerland's options once again.
88%. Sven and Michael, a couple of great freezes so far today.
This team really is playing very good in this game.
Lovely draw once again.
Yeah, and now Team Canada will shift gears.
I see some curl. If you're throwing board, you want to see like this?
I was thinking center line with hack.
Okay, just worried about killing it, but yeah, I think we need
good
solid
hack.
hack anyway. Solid hack. Okay.
So this is the same spot where Team Canada overcurled in the second end. They are not going to let that happen this time.
Positive hack.
Quite a bit of ice. They've lowered the weight a bit, but it should move very nicely around that corner guard, right to the nose of the Swiss stone, biting the 8-foot.
Be a little aggressive. Be aggressive early. Whoa! Solid hack! Whoa! Still fine. Whoa! 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 Go, Brent! Go, Brent! Gotta go for weight. Go, 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 go! Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop! Good shot, Kev. Good sweep, guys.
And with that, Switzerland will be forced to a single point.
Nice throw, Kev.
Just been watching Scott Pfeiffer sweeping. I'm sure he was a slider sweeper back in the glory days. Just an
Yes, if
observation.
I remember correctly, Marcel Rock was a lefty. Is that right?
No, I think he was a righty and Scott Pfeiffer's a lefty.
Oh, that's right. I knew they were on either side. Sorry, I should probably know that since I've been watching this game.
You got Puff mixed up with Huff. So here's the final stone of the 6th end. And Switzerland are going to be forced to score for the first time in this matchup. And they do so successfully and put a point on the board. But lots of work to do here in the 4 remaining ends. Now trailing Canada by 3 shots to 1.
Like he made that was gone and some.
Ja, met halve meter van Moes en eraf gevangen. Ja, goed.
Hast du so viel gehabt? Hartstiel jetzt. Ja, das
Wenn es in die Hose geht, Grill auf mir kommt.
Now it looks like Japan are having some fun over there on sheet C. More stones flying there in their game against Finland.
All 4 of these games absolutely critical to their standings post-round robin, their standings for Olympic points. But we're focusing in here on the feature game. Team Switzerland playing Team Canada on sheet A.
Center guard goes up for Switzerland.
and lefty, Scott Pfeiffer.
Definitely lefty.
Definitely lefty.
Top 4.
Okay, line's perfect.
Line's good.
Then you can't be liking this show.
Wait, fight. He's not even watching.
Yeah.
Nice draw to the top of the 1 foot.
Well, you don't like,
And
like fight people.
Switzerland are going to throw the double center guard here. Aggressive play by the Swiss.
It really is their only option. They need to put their foot on the gas pedal and go, go, go at this point. They're running out of ends, and without last rock advantage, they have to take as much control of this free guard zone as they possibly can.
Okay.
Some interested spectators. Team Norway up there, 7 wins and 4 losses. They completed the round robin on. And just waiting to see what part they may have in the playoffs.
Yeah, all at once looking serious and relaxed in the stands.
Do we know if there's any permutations on where they wouldn't be involved in the playoffs? Of course, Sweden can still go to 7 and 4.
Yeah, there is a chance that Norway would finish out of a tiebreaker or a qualifier situation. And I believe that is Denmark winning, Japan winning, and the United States winning.
So some nervous moments for the Norwegians. Certainly sounds like that could be a possibility, going by the way the games are going this evening.
There's the 12.
Well, some good play by the Swiss. And actually, when we were covering a Russian game earlier in the week, we found that they had a little bit more success when they didn't have the last stone in comparison to when they did.
And that was part of the fact that Team Canada is very willing to put rocks into play. And if you're willing to let those rocks be your friend, you might have a chance. Well, until they make a double peel and roll out, that is.
Well, there's an update of the other happenings here in draw 17. United States 3, Germany 2, Japan 4, Finland 3, and a tie game between Denmark and Sweden. More great stone positioning by the Swiss. Look at those yellow stones lined up onto that red one at the top of the 4 foot. Good angles.
This means push it.
Although they don't have any guards here, so I just wonder if they might be able to kick everything out of the house here with the kind of weight these Canadians can throw.
We'll see maximum power on this rock from Brent Lang.
Well, you can't quite throw it as hard as Kennedy and CAN-SUI, but still plenty of weight, and even keeps the shooter. Great shot by Brent Lang.
See, you can never save your shooter there.
Well, here's another look.
Coast to coast sweeping from Mark Kennedy. Allows perfect contact. Double takeout, roll. And complete control of this end.
Goed zo.
Normal? Probably playing your out turn, eh?
Yeah, my out turn. Normal, this won't go crazy.
Just control.
Easy.
Just control.
So look, Canada looking good for a 2 all of a sudden. No risk, no guards in play.
Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Hard, 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 hard.
Switzerland will need a double takeout or a hit and roll to a freeze.
Like rips, eh?
Oh, yeah, you can feel it. Back.
High level quality shots are going to be necessary to get out of this end. A score of 2 is absolutely deadly in this situation.
Stop. Stop. Oh.
Stop, it's on a hold.
Go, Kempie, Kempie.
It's on a hold, move it.
Ja. Go. Okay.
There more. Yep. There more. Hard.
Hard, Langer. Hard, 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 hard.
I think Germany rolled out. Not that I'm sheet watching, but good sweep, guys. Good sweep tonight.
Ja, wohl, ja.
Oder darf man nicht schnell, aber dass man noch nicht gegen runter kann. Selfie. Schau, dass er uns nicht davon zieht, mit 11.
Jetzt haben wir schon, aber jetzt recht gerade geblieben, nicht durch da.
Ja.
Selfie, so.
Ja, het is niet mee.
Is he trying to nose?
Oh, a steep angle left here.
Might not be able to nose.
All these nose hits moving the stone further north in the house. Looks like he's maybe going to try and play a hit and roll towards the center line.
Yep, it's on a hold. Whoa, it's on a hold. Whoa. Niet slecht. Nee, Rico.
Nee.
Rico.
Rico.
Whoa.
Well, rolls it over. And just hoping for a better opportunity to make the double with his last stone.
I think that's enough.
I do. You want 2 just in case or no? 2 reds?
Sure.
Probably best to have 2 of these.
Is ze daar al druk af 10 lijn?
Great look at the angles that CAN-SUI is facing. Pretty simple shot. They're going to look to get as much separation on the roll as possible.
Control. Whoa.
Clean.
Oh, this should come off.
Whoa. Yep.
Hard. Yeah,
Whoa. Right. No. Whoa. Roll. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, no.
Nicely done.
That was a tough roll.
Oh.
Just rolls a little bit behind T-line, which gives Sven Michael a chance at this double. He can throw lots of power.
Ja, moet snel zijn, 6.
Oké, Joe.
This should be pretty automatic.
Well, it is quite flat. It's all about trying to create the pace off the center stone.
Altijd niet veranderen, nee, hij is relatief vlak.
Do you think I'm giving him too much credit when I say it's automatic?
I don't think it's a gimme, this one. You see how hard he threw that one.
Yeah, and he's just narrow all the way. Just not a technically solid throw.
Tried to give that a little bit too much hot sauce there.
I just don't trust myself. No, that's fine. They're an acquired taste. Yes. Same kind of weight?
Yeah.
Good control.
Last stone in the 7th
Wind's
hand,
good.
and an easy one here for Kevin Cooey.
Just control. Roll clean.
Just a nose hit to
Clean.
score 2.
Clean. Clean it.
And that will give them an almost unassailable lead
Oh, sorry, Fife.
with 3 ends to play.
Interesting drawing, boys. Nice shots, Fife. Cookie. Yeah. Why did
And they now lead.
That's half a rock.
Canada 5, Switzerland 1.
Nice double lane. Kom igen nu!
Took your hair off.
Yeah, it's one of the lighter ones. I wouldn't stop. Got it, though. Keep going.
Take a look. Take a look.
Still not there.
Looks pretty good. Looks here.
Nice fight.
Whoa.
Sweet, Scott. Really good. Good sweep, Mark. I thought he was a little light there. I thought he just knocked it.
En nog een kardelen, niet meer zo, niet zo zwaar. Eigenlijk kardelen. Goed, goed.
Very good.
Niet top.
If you just joined us, you're watching live coverage of the World Men's Curling Championship 2016, live from Basel in Switzerland.
Mine's good.
Final draw of the round robin, Switzerland and Canada in our featured game. And we still have no idea who is going to join Canada in the playoffs. Canada already guaranteed the top spot with their current record of 9 wins.
There are still any number of possibilities available.
Well, assuming that Canada are going to see this game out, there's still 8 permutations of how all the teams could finish. Speaking of finishing, here's Team Finland on sheet C, up against Japan. Yosuke Morizumi with his final stone of the 7th end. Looks a little bit less heroic than his one in the 5th end to score 3. A bit more straightforward and equally successful. Puts another 2 on the board. 7 ends played in Japan, looking good for moving to 8 wins and 3 losses. Back in our featured game, a mistake here by Brent Lang. You know, if there's one shot that I've seen the Canadians miss all week, is a peel in a corner guard, and it should be one of the easiest shots in the book. They made everything else, they just can't peel the corner guards.
Yeah, it's the simple ones, right? It takes a level of concentration, and with those kind of numbers, the only thing Brent's been doing is hitting. He's been doing it pretty well. But his counterpart on Team Switzerland having a really nice game, just not getting the production that they need out of the rock placement.
Niet zeggen wie top. Ja, go. Nog alleen. Go, Briggy. Goed zo. Gehört het da nicht hin? Was? Gehört het da nicht hin? Ja, schon spitze, breit. That works too. I don't hate that.
Well, a good draw
Take just off center. Minimum.
by Enrico Pfister, gets around that corner guard. Still a piece seen from the hack, and Brent Lang having to play a slightly more complicated shot than he may have envisaged before his first stone.
Just narrowly misses that top guard.
You were out to that one too. Yeah, I thought so.
Well, we're fairly getting around the St. Jakobs Halle this evening.
Carve it, make the double.
Here on sheet D. Back
After
to the
nice end by Denmark. Good rock placement. Nicholas Ledeen is forced to draw for a single point. Maybe play a little tap here. Successfully done. Sweden leads 6-5 after 7 ends.
Well, I don't think we'll see Switzerland play on the ones in the centre line here. It's the one behind the corner guard that's causing them the most problems for the time being. They really need to bring those corner guards into play if they want to get a multiple score. Oh, and a good shot. Opens up the corner guard and makes the freeze in the centre line.
And it nicely forces Canada to change the angle on that rock on the top of the forefoot, likely.
My out turn, yeah. Whoa, Scott.
Hard, Scott. Hard, Scott.
Go.
Hard.
It's good, Mark.
And now this is an opportunity that Sven Michael is going to quickly grab.
Great matchup at third. 93 plays 91. Great shooting by both players. Switzerland choosing to ignore the stone in the button here, draw around that corner guard to give themselves the chance to score 2.
They need to bravely and boldly take any opportunity that Team Canada gives them.
It's your choice.
They hit it fairly thin. The red's going this way, but.
Sure.
I think so.
Sure. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, they're going after the double run.
2/3.
2/3, I think, Mark, yeah.
And there is
Turn you want.
absolutely no reason not to.
Throw an out turn?
In turn.
Well, it's a busy draw 17, and every game matters in the context of the playoffs. Our Canadian game probably the least so. 3 of them still have an effect on who will qualify for the last 4, and likely some tie breaks as well. Great shot by Mark Kennedy.
Sure, Mark.
Good sweep, guys.
And it's just that easy.
Just like a Sunday morning stroll.
Bing, bang, boom.
Hard Scott. Hard Liger. Hard. Hard Scott. Keep going. Keep going.
Still a guard there for Switzerland to work with. You'd expect this to be their last draw attempt, though, around that corner. It's getting a little bit late in the end now. And they could do with maybe even lying in second shot, to be honest. Doesn't manage that, but lies in third. Next door, sheet B, United States trailing Germany by 4 shots to 3.
Skip John Schuster needs 8 foot.
Not close. Yeah, keep it moving. Based on rest, you gotta go. Come on, boys, go. Need 8 foot, come on. Come on, need 8 foot. Lean on it, Matt, go. You got it, buddy.
Brilliantly swept by Matt Hamilton and John Landsteiner from Team USA. All knotted up after 8. United States and Germany.
Just through. Okay. Clean.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Whoa. Whoa, Scott.
Whoa.
No, Scott.
Whoa,
Whoa.
never.
Whoa. Scott.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Go ahead, Langer, a little bit. Little bit. Little bit. Go. Hard.
Get out of there. Good shot, Kev. Good shot. Good sweep, guys.
Well, according to our calculations, the United States are already into the playoffs.
Already qualified for at minimum a tiebreaker situation. So with a win, I believe they're directly into at minimum the 3-4 game. And with the right wins and losses on other sheets, they could be into the 1-2 game for a rematch against Canada.
Perfekt, war der Shot op...
Ja, dat komt 5 vanaf.
T-line. T-line moest er houden.
Linie is goed, Achtung, Tia!
T-line. Tia. Hing 4.
Tia!
Hing 4. Go.
Well, they're trying to make the freeze here, but it needs to get down there. Gempler trying to drag this as far as it can, but he's just lost the line. And that's really at least a full stone over curling. Could have been the other side of that stone and still been in a useful position.
And even a little chisel would be probably best.
Want to throw good board, Kev? Want that side?
Board. Sliver more.
Hey, hey,
So Finland are trailing by 6 shots to 3, and a must make here for Aku Kauste to narrow the gap to 1. Nicely done. And Japan, after 8 ends, now only leading by 1, 6-5.
Little bit, Brent. Little bit. Go, 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 go. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Well, just overrules a fraction there, and should be a pretty easy one here for Sven Michael to score. He's got about 3 feet worth of stones to aim at, and he should still score 1.
Yeah, this should be a pretty basic shot. Wide open. He can play either turn, wherever he knows the ice best.
Yeah, just needs to hit pretty much anywhere in between these 3 red stones. Well, here's the final stone of the 8th end. Just a control weight required here.
Just a heavy clean by this front end. Single point for Switzerland. Happy fans. After 8, Canada 5, Switzerland 2.
So here's the coaching bench. Difficult to distinguish what team is who. The only real giveaway is that Swiss flag.
Yeah, the uniforms are remarkably similar out there. Traditionally, we wear dark shirts when you're throwing the red handles, light colored shirts when you're throwing the light handles. The designs on these uniforms are really, really identical.
You're there for sure. Perfect, isn't it? Top 4.
Mine's good.
Lots of room.
Well, Switzerland are going to need a lot of help here to get back from 3 shots down without the last stone. Kind of wonder if you're not the host nation whether you might just throw in the handshake after the 8th end, to be honest. But I think it's really important they do stay out on the ice here to give the host nation what they want to see, really.
Yeah, there's a wonderful crowd here tonight that is fully supporting Team Switzerland, and a 3-point lead doesn't seem insurmountable. It's just at the level that Canada is performing. It's a tall order for Team Switzerland, but I think the right choice for their fans in the stands.
Line's good, guys. Yep, keep it going. Line's good now. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Hard. Right up. Keep going. Right up.
Nice, Scott.
And Scott Pfeiffer, the alternate for Team Canada, stepped in to play for Ben Ebert tonight, has really done an outstanding job of rock placement at the lead position. One rock full forefoot, next rock right on top of it, absolutely choking off full control of the rings. It's like he never stepped away from the ice at all.
Yeah, I was just
taking a look at a very happy Team Canada on the sidelines.
Yeah, they've just been admiring their good work up there on the Jumbotron. Not bad. And Enrico Pfister looking for a freeze, tap, draw, puts one back 12 foot.
The double PO is really close to going into ours.
Yeah, it is.
That's all I'm worried about. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Unless you freeze again, but.
Oh, just a single peel called here. There won't be any heroics here in the 9th end for Canada. They've already earned a winning lead.
Well, they're up by 3 points. They are shot 1 and 2.
Oh, we just got a little look at the Jumbotron overhead there, which you'll see them looking up at from time to time.
Yeah, all the players like to see the angles and the rock positioning on the big screen.
Well, here's younger brother Enrico. Can tell him apart from his brother because he doesn't have any facial hair.
They do look very similar. There was a question earlier in the week, are they twins? They are not.
Yep, 2 years between the brothers, 26 and 24.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, at least they're still out there enjoying themselves. I think they know they're playing well. It's just that they've run into a pretty unstoppable force this evening. There's older brother Mark.
Good.
Looked like he was the one huffing and puffing for a minute there.
The power required to make a lot of these sweeps is something. The fitness level of all of these athletes out here is so high. They make it look easy.
Oh, catches his breath. And off he goes, trying to draw around, and I think the plan here for Switzerland is really just to try and make Kevin Cui face as many pieces of yellow stone with his last as possible and hope for something horrible to happen, really.
Linie ist gut. Geppi, nimm ein bisschen. Gut.
Nächste Doppelspielerin. It just touches the top red, that's okay.
I think we just I don't think it's worth it here.
Well, just a single peel really required. Switzerland still with a lot of work to do in the rings.
I think they have to wait as long as possible. They still have 3 rocks left.
They were that one on our guard.
Normal gleich.
So it's going to be another guard. And I think at the moment what Sven Mikkel's thinking is I'll just make a double takeout at the front and then at least Canada will be facing 3. They don't really have too many other opportunities the way the stones currently land.
Gordelijk knoer. Gordelijk knoer.
Linie ist gleich.
Gordelijk knoer.
Ja. Linie ist gut. Gordelijk der viel. Gut, gut.
Also, the guard is thrown, and we did see this earlier in the week that the Canadians might be willing just to throw another one in there. And it looks like that's what they will do here and draw to the back one. How much of this is just down to huge confidence in the Canadians' part, Anne?
Same speed for sure.
Well, it's a bit of a game of cat and mouse.
Try to get right back to it.
Switzerland was hoping that Canada would make some sort of up-weight play. And Canada is not biting. They are going to keep the control of the forefoot and their own stone that's right on top of the button and say, okay, Switzerland, good luck.
Looks like top
Certainly a huge amount of work for them still to do here, the Swiss. And Canada, with this draw, could make it an even bigger mountain for them.
Keep going, room for lots.
I just wonder if Switzerland, in seeing Canada throw that draw, they might rethink the guard as the right call for the previous stone. Over on sheet D, here's the final stone of the 8th end. And Denmark trailing by 1.
And sitting shot stone on the top of the button. I think this is potentially another tap to the button.
Well, he played an absolute beauty to score 1 in the 6th end, and he looks pretty close for this one. Well, good effort, just a little bit too close to the nose. But they do get that score of 1 to tie things up here after 8. Tied game there. Oh, it's tense.
It is. The reigning world champions are playing for their life. And it is, every end is complicated and lots of shots are being made. It's a great night here in Basel, Switzerland.
Oh, they're trying to hook one round into shot position and find a nice spot.
They really do. That last shot of Mark Kennedy's needed to be at least a foot deeper in the rings. and create some space.
3/4 high.
Looks like their
They
shot.
definitely both move. Like you don't have to play it tight to the one. You could just make this. The 5's definitely getting out of the
Just
8.
a reminder of the stone colours, Canada throwing red and Switzerland throwing yellow, so it does look like Switzerland are lying shot stone at the moment.
Thinking about scoring, and if these two aren't here, you got a really good chance to score.
I think I can spin this out probably.
With weight, eh?
Yep. Thicker the better, I guess.
Thicker the better.
You have almost all of it, so definitely you can get it out of the 4-foot.
Like I'll try to call it for 3/4.
Yeah.
A little thicker.
The thicker you can, the better.
Which one do you want? You want this one?
Yeah.
The Canadian team running through all the options, making sure every one of them is on the same page, what weight they're throwing, where they need to hit this rock. They take nothing for granted. That is one of the reasons why they are such a high-performing machine.
Whoa! Whoa! Right!
Hard press.
Oh, Kevin Keith laying down one of those machine-like takeouts as well. Another one finds target.
Shot, Kev. Sweeping.
Oh, Canada lying 3 here.
Good shot.
It's a little sleep on the lights.
Good. Yep. Good. Yep. Shot, Kev. Kom igen nu!
Dames ook heel lekker. Dank. Is het al liggen? Zo.
Kom maar, het gezicht.
So Sven Michael facing bundles of granite with red handles on it.
And his last stone in the 9th needs to be absolutely perfect. There is no margin for error.
Well, Andy has made a pretty huge error. And that will be the end of this one. The host nation Switzerland defeated by Canada in 9 ends. A great game with lots of shots made actually by both teams, but Canada too good at the moment for Switzerland. Final score 8-2.
Even though our feature game may be over, stay with us as there's lots of action still here at St. Jakobshalle in Basel, Switzerland. Taking a live look in on sheet C. Team Japan's Hammerstone in the 9th end. A hit and roll for a single point. and a 2-point lead leading into the 10th end. Team Finland has hammer.
出したら多分出ちゃう。
And now we're joining the 9th end. Denmark, Sweden, all tied up, 6-6. Danish third and vice skip. Johnny Fredriksson in the hack. Makes a beautiful hit and roll with the help of his lead.
Yep. Yep.
Hard throwing Oscar Eriksson. Makes the straight peel.
Johnny Fredriksson having a good game this evening, 81%. Maybe not quite the same level he's been operating at throughout the round robin, but it's a real pressure game, this one against Sweden.
And Team Denmark is in a wonderful situation to force Sweden to a single point. Center guard, shot rock, staggered stones in the top of the 8-foot.
A difficult week for Switzerland, only managing to get 4 wins, but they've still been great hosts here in Basel. Just meeting some of the dignitaries there at the conclusion of the round robin.
And a really unlucky run back for Oscar Eriksson, picking his own stone off the 8-foot and sitting in front of the 2 Danish rocks in the rings.
I think that's maybe been the difference so far for Sweden this week. Oscar just not quite firing in the way that we know he can.
And Team Sweden just seems to be, it's a phrase we use a lot in curling, on the wrong side of the inch. That rock stays just 1 inch out on line. And likely all those rocks are gone.
Well, only 3 games still left out there in this final draw of the round robin. B, C, and D all have an impact on who qualifies for the playoffs. And if USA and Japan were to win their games, I can tell you that Denmark would finish in 6th position and out of any sort of tie break. So competition on the line here for Denmark.
And they are looking up to the challenge with that beautifully placed stone by Rasmus Schern.
Well, I don't think Niklas Edin will be too thankful to his 3rd player at the moment.
No, but if anyone can get himself out of trouble, it's this man.
No messing around. And look at the extension on that from Niklas Edin, 83%. Looks inside. Doesn't make contact in the house, and how crucial could that be?
That shot right there could be the story of this World Championship for this team from Sweden.
Det er ikke dårligt sted, Johnny. Vi står og diskuterer, Jørgen. Jamen, det er godt, ikke?
Well, final score on sheet 8, Canada 8, Switzerland 2. United States 5-4 down with the last stone in the 10th end. Japan 7-5 up without the hammer in 10 there, and that's the standings. That's the live standings after that win for Canada. Of course, there are 3 games out there haven't been updated at this point. Still all to play for, and still 8 permutations for qualification in the playoffs.
Anything can and does happen all the time in this sport.
Lige rundt om vores, lige på hjørnet af vores. Snak med Johnny, 3 ring.
Well, sometimes it's easy in these situations as Denmark, like you're in such a great spot that you kind of take your foot off the gas and you just chuck a guard up there and you don't get it in exactly the perfect spot you're looking for. And in some ways you just let Sweden back into the end. This is the kind of shot that you need to give absolutely full attention to really turn up the heat. And that's a lovely shot there by Rasmus Schern. Niklas Edin really has the 1 foot here to keep Sweden's chances of retaining the world title alive.
Yeah, and that's the shot he's going to take. These world champions have played one of the heaviest seasons we've ever seen a team play this year. And all the hours spent practicing, traveling, training, competing. It's amazing how often it comes down to 1 rock.
Now here's the hog-to-hog split timer. Throughout the week, we've kind of seen something around 14 seconds being around a tee.
Yeah, the ice looks really absolutely beautiful tonight, as done by head ice maker Hans Wuthrich, deputy ice maker Stefan Roethlisberger.
Oh, maybe a little bit heavy, but coming down.
Or not.
Shoveled beautifully into the side of the button there. And a score of 1 for Sweden. Great draw to keep Sweden alive. And after 9 ends, it's Sweden 7, Denmark 6.
Nu är det 105%.
A huge sigh of relief there for Niklas Edin, somehow managing to wiggle one into the side of the button to score 1 and keep Sweden's hopes of qualifying alive.
Yeah, it was a perfectly managed draw right to the 4 foot. I mean, right to the 1 foot.
And if you've just joined us, you're watching live coverage of the World Men's Curling Championship 2016. Live from Basel in Switzerland, the final draw of the round robin. In our featured game, Canada dispatched Switzerland by 8 shots to 2 in 9 ends, and we've moved over to catch the conclusion of Sweden against Denmark. Loser goes home pretty much. Denmark trailing by 1 with the last one. Now throwing the corner guard, trying to generate some offense here to make that multiple score and finish it here in 10. Here's Kristoffer Sundgren, the lead from Karlstad, 87%.
Okej, linjen är bra. Det är okej så.
Kristoffer Sundgren playing in his 3rd World Men's Championship, made the final on both previous occasions, winning the gold in Halifax last year. And there's the hosts again, just hanging around just to see it all unfold. Fortunately, they won't be involved at the weekend, but we still don't know who will. We know Canada will, already qualified number 1 for the playoffs. Well, Trolls Harry is going to try and bump this stone tight to the house. Try and open up the shot on the button and spin in behind the corner guard. Oh, super shot here by Trolls Harry. Opens up the shot stone.
And as we take a look in to the action on Sheet B live, the German skip had an opportunity for a double takeout with his last rock, narrowly missed it, and leaves a draw to anywhere in the paint for Team USA and John Schuster.
Yep, just go then. Just go then. Just mad if you can, if you don't think it's crazy light. Yep, go with them. Go with them, Lance. Okay. Keep her clean, boys. Heavy clean. Just keep it moving. You're not going through.
Well, nicely done. John Schuster finds the paint and secures their 8th win of the week. Team USA defeating Germany with a deuce and a last to win by 6 shots to 5. And that will take 16 permutations down to 8 and down to 4. And Japan now win, which takes us down to 2 permutations left. We still don't know where they're all going to fall.
Yeah, it all comes down to this game. Denmark, Sweden. And that corner guard over curling a bit and sitting a little bit long. It's going to allow Sweden to remove the 1 Danish stone that's in the rings.
Wow. Oscar. Oscar, gå. Hårt, get on and hårt. Fortsätt. Fortsätt.
So it is now loser goes home between Sweden and Denmark.
Turn that, turn that.
If Denmark were to win this game, they would qualify for the 1-2 game against Canada. And if they were to lose, they would go home. That's the margins we're talking here.
That's incredible. And somewhere Team Norway is rooting for Team Sweden to pull out this victory.
Yeah, that would be a real turnout for the books, wouldn't it? If Denmark won this game and sent Norway and Sweden home, what would that do for their medal chances, I wonder? That would be a really interesting look to the playoffs without all these powerhouse nations missing in the world of curling.
And it isn't just powerhouse nations, it's powerhouse teams that we have known for years and years and years.
Well, lots of heads and hands there, wondering if they might have kept this in their own control a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Even though they need help from someone else, at some point along the way, they had the ability to control their own destiny. It is a really awful feeling to be sitting in the stands waiting.
So Japan in the background there, they already guaranteed into the playoffs, either in second or third position. If Sweden won, then Japan would go to the 1-2 game against Canada. If Denmark win, they'll finish third and play in the 3-4. Well, a good shot there by Johnny Fredriksson, rolls into shot position. We saw Sweden playing against Scotland this afternoon, and they were 1 up without the hammer playing the last. Gave up a 3 to lose the game there in 10. Same position here. Will they be able to do a better job? The Japanese celebrating by taking the time to look after some young Swiss fans here. Do some signing of the programs. Well, this 10th is being played at quite a frenetic pace here.
Yeah, they must be somewhat short on time. Nice solid shot from the Danish third.
Yeah, and keeping really good angles between those two red stones.
Lots of pressure on Niklas Edin now not to give up a score of 2.
Sätt den här vicken mitt framför. Oskars var 9-9. Men det blev ingen effekt alls i vicken. Vi tog tjock halv och den stannade bara efter en halv meter. Så var lite mer fart än den.
Well, quite important for Sweden to make a roll here is they need to try and bunch those red stones as much as they can. I think they can be quite confident that Denmark are going to play the takeout. Need to roll a little bit further on that occasion. Getting over to the other side of the sheet was paramount there.
It's going to force a very tough decision for Niklas on his last rock.
Well, still good stone positioning required here for Rasmus Stjerne. Well, Rasmus' best performance at the World Championship was in 2013 in Victoria when he finished 4th. So not a stranger to the Page playoffs. But no doubt the experience lies with this Swedish side, skipped by Niklas Edin.
But the rock setup and placement in this situation, advantage Denmark right now.
Alltså, ja, det blir vad det blir så länge jag nuddar, det är inte nuddar gult så.
Sweden looking for a little hit and roll here with as much separation and control of the angles, and they are looking to not leave a double takeout.
Yeah, and the difficulty here is that they need to hit this quite close to the nose to not remove the stone behind the tee line, the Swedish stone. So going to see quite a heavyweight takeout for a hit and roll here from Niklas Ledin.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
And that's a really good shot, but it is not a great shot.
But I think I just got a little glimpse of the clocks there on the way past. Just 1 minute 10 remaining to get this one away. Should be quite comfortable.
Not a problem.
Does look like he's rushing a little bit. Could just take a deep breath here before he sets this one away. Well, 95% on 10 hits for Rasmus.
And he must be close.
And he's got it. Has he? Has he?
Yes.
I think he has. Wow. Denmark defeat the reigning world and European champions and eliminate Norway and Sweden from the World Championship. Can you believe it?
A justifiably thrilled Team Denmark.
So clearly disappointed the Norwegian guys in the stands, and Sweden will be disappointed too. And this is why. Great shot by Rasmus Stjerne, just pushes it far enough.
And with that double takeout, we have a completely new look post round robin.
In second place, Denmark.
And there we have final score to complete the round robin. Denmark 8, Sweden 7.
Fourth place, United States of America. In the playoff game tomorrow evening.
So confirmation, Canada first, Denmark second, Japan third, and United States fourth in the qualification, completing the round robin.
Thank you and good night.
Canada will play Denmark in the 1-2, and Japan will play United States in the 3-4. Welcome back, Rasmus Stjerne, back in the big time.
Absolutely one of the happiest people in this entire building. So we take a look back at our line score from our feature game. Team Canada taking command of this game early.
What's that?
Second end hit and roll by the Swiss skip allows for a simple little tap back and a score of 2 points, a lead that Canada would never relinquish. A tricky opportunity for a blank, double takeout and roll. Over curls by a couple of inches, jams the Canadian stone on their own back one. steal of 1, Canada. Sixth then saw some excellent play by both teams, but superior rock positioning by the Canadians forced Switzerland to this hit and stick for the single point. And again, commanding play.
Good control.
Leaves skip CAN-SUI with an open takeout in the 7th end.
Nice, Kev.
Sure, Kev.
And 2 points. After being forced to 1 in 8, Switzerland gives up a 3 in 9. Canada in full command of the round robin, 8-2 winners.
So just to complete the round robin, United States beat Germany by 6 shots to 5. Japan defeat Finland by 7 to 5, and we just saw Denmark picking up 2 down the last to put out the world champions by a scoreline of 8 to 7. And after 17 sessions of round robin action, Canada top 10-1, Denmark, Japan, United States all 8-3, and Norway and Sweden go out. Can you believe it? Scotland, Finland, Switzerland, Russia, Korea, and Germany also involved this week, but won't be involved in the playoffs. And this is how it'll look going into the Page playoff. Canada play against Denmark for a place in the final. The loser will go to the semi-final. Japan and United States will play off to go into the semi-final, and the loser will go to the bronze game. Kevin, first place in the round robin. That's the first job done, right?
Yeah, it's a good week so far. I mean, we got off to a bit of a shaky start, but we've been rolling. Lost 1, but played good. So it's all you can ask for to finish first in the round robin. So we're in the 1-2 game, and that's where we want to be.
Knowing you were already there before that game, what was the motivation going into it?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to take a little pressure off, but at the same time, you want to keep playing good. You don't want to start missing a bunch of shots and start, hurting your confidence for tomorrow. So we played another solid game, all of us. So it was a good day.
And you brought Scott Pfeiffer out there, 3-time world champion. What's he bringing to the team this week?
He's been awesome. We called him out of the blue after we won provincials, and he's done a great job for us as a 5th. And then nice to get him in a game, and I don't think he missed a shot. He played awesome.
Great, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
The thoughts of the winning skip of the game against Switzerland this evening and the round robin, CAN-SUI defeating Switzerland by a scoreline of 8 shots to 2 tonight, and concluding the round robin from myself, Logan Gray, and Anne Swisshelm. Thank you very much for watching this evening, and join us for more action from Basel tomorrow evening. Good night.